A suspect who committed an unimaginable crime. A mother was gunned down while she was out pushing her infant daughter in a stroller. It happened just before 8:30 last night. The 20-year-old woman was shot in the head at close range. She was taken to a hospital where she later died. That baby was also rushed to the hospital. Thankfully, the baby is unharmed. Officials say the suspect ran from the scene shortly after that shooting. A gunman is still on the loose this morning after shooting a young man multiple times inside a Twin Cities movie theater. People were out enjoying a screening when shots rang out inside the Marcus Oakdale Theater in Minneapolis just after 10 Tuesday night. Police say a 23-year-old man was taken to the hospital with multiple gunshot wounds.
It's super surreal because, you've seen a lot of, episodes or reenactments of shootings like in the Colorado Theater a few years back, and that's what pops into your head right away, like, oh my gosh, is this my time?
The victim is recovering after surgery and is expected to survive. The motive for that shooting is unclear at this point, but police say they do not believe it was a random act. That's what a lot of folks heard in the metro overnight. Did it wake you up? There were some pretty electric storms that rolled through the valley. Now, this was the scene around 1 o'clock this morning. Just outside of our studio, you see that heavy rain coming down. Now, hopefully this is the last of what we can expect for severe storms today anyway. We want to head on over to meteorologist Lisa Green for a check of that fast track forecast. Good morning, Lisa.
Good morning. Yes, I have the last 6 hours here on our radar loop, and you could see as we were getting hit by those storms how much lightning was detected with that. It was a fast mover, though. It quickly moved on, and it's since cleared the valley. We're looking at some quieter weather to start off this morning. Here's a look at things right now. A lot of places with sunshine. There may be a few sprinkles underneath some clouds over into Lakes Country, but beyond that, it's a quiet start to the day. We've got a beautiful view of that sun here in Fargo. Right now, temperatures are comfortable. We're in the 60s. It's 63 in Fargo, Grand Forks 68, Jamestown checking in at 65, Bemidji and Fergus Falls both at 64, and Devil's Lake 63 degrees. And up in that area, Northern Valley, that's a place where we may not warm up as much today. We've got a cold front dropping in, and that may trigger a shower or a thunder shower this afternoon in the north. If you're in the south, you're more likely to enjoy some sunshine. So stepping out the door today, this morning, temperatures are going to start their rise. And if you're in the Southern Valley, you have that opportunity of getting into the low 80s, up north more 60s to around 70 degrees here. But the bottom line is it's going to be a lot quieter. Also, it's going to be breezy. We've got wind out of the northwest that's going to get into the 20s to even 30s for your gusts coming up for this afternoon. So let's take a look ahead to your July 4th weekend outlook. Saturday, Sunday, and the 4th on Monday all feature a chance for some thunder showers. Doesn't mean it's going to happen all day, but the potential's there. Right now, Saturday, it looks like afternoon and evening hours, we'll see some scattered storms develop. Sunday evening at this point, but our forecast models are a little bit kind of all over the place actually on timing for Sunday and into the 4th, but there is that potential. So we'll have to watch out here. Temperatures at least are looking great for a summer outing here. We're looking at some low to some mid 80s coming up. You'll just need to watch out for storms throughout the weekend. All
right, stay right here. We'll have the very latest on that. Lisa, thank you this morning. Storm cleanup continues after 6 tornadoes were confirmed during last weekend's storms. One of the hardest hit areas was Little Toad Lake that finally now has power and water back on, but there is still a lot of work to do to get things back to normal in that area. We have some good mosquito-making weather recently, and the first case of West Nile virus of the season has now been confirmed in North Dakota. Health officials say that the person lives in Richland County but was not hospitalized. They say this is the time of the year when virus activity increases, so it's important to protect yourself from mosquito bites.
So the main way to protect being bitten is, of course, to wear insect repellent. It's always great to wear long sleeve, long pants, particularly earlier in the morning and later at night when mosquitoes are more prone to be biting.
We do have a list of ways to protect yourself. You can find it on this story on the VNL News app. Just over the past week, 4 incidents involving motorcycles in the valley have taken place. 3 of them were deadly. Now motorcycle safety instructors are urging drivers to keep a few things on their mind when they hit the road this summer, including giving everyone on the road their space. And also, you got to keep those tricks and wheelies if you're on a motorcycle off the road.
look twice and look again. You know, motorcycles are small, and we need to be aware that they are on the road just as much as anybody else.
Now, she says that safety classes like the ones offered in West Fargo do reduce the likelihood of a crash by up to 70%. They may also help the most experienced riders as they reinforce the safety measures some people might have forgot. An Underwood, Minnesota man was arrested after a search warrant yesterday afternoon. 36-year-old David Englin Hill was taken into custody on felony warrants for second-degree assault with a dangerous weapon and false imprisonment, as well as 3 misdemeanor warrants. Now he is being held at the Ottertail County Jail. Deputies say there is no danger to the public. Charges have now been filed in connection to the deaths of more than 50 migrants in Texas. Homero Zamorano Jr. was charged yesterday for his alleged involvement in that human smuggling case. A surveillance photo from Monday shows Zamorano driving the truck. The death toll in that case has now rose to 53. U.S. Supreme Court Justice Stephen Breyer will officially retire from the High Court at noon today. The 83-year-old justice was appointed in 1994. He announced his retirement in January. Breyer is one of 3 liberal justices on the court, and he will be replaced by Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson, who currently serves at the U.S. Court of Appeals for the District of Columbia. Jackson was confirmed by the Senate in April. She will be sworn in immediately after Breyer officially steps down. Some states have already banned abortions, or they're looking to, following the overturning of Roe v. Wade. While pro-lifers celebrate that move, it also means more women could face potential maternal health risk in their own states. Erin Knapp is a local woman who was left with the heartbreaking decision to have an induced abortion after her first pregnancy became complicated. She says the overturning of Roe v. Wade was very upsetting, and now she feels for the women who may not have that right to an abortion. The CDC says every year about 700 women in the United States die due to pregnancy-related complications. New this morning, parts of Sioux Falls, South Dakota closed down as a large group of protesters hit the streets there. Many were protesting for women's health rights and abortion rights following the Supreme Court's decision to overturn Roe v. Wade. Sioux Falls police declared that gathering an unlawful assembly and armed themselves with riot gear as the peaceful protest in downtown Sioux Falls turned rowdy. Some demonstrators grew aggressive and refused to disperse when they were ordered to do so. He was the very last World War II Medal of Honor recipient. Herschel Woody Williams has now died at the age of 98. The Woody Williams Foundation says the veteran passed away early yesterday morning at the VA Medical Center in West Virginia. Williams was born in 1923 and enlisted in the United States Marine Corps. He also served during the World War II Battle of Iwo Jima. He was awarded the Medal of Honor under President Harry Truman in 1945, and in 2020, Williams had a military vessel named in his honor. A true hero, we thank him for his service. The Today Show and CBS Mornings are just about to start, but the Valley Today rolls on. More news and weather coming up for you on the CW.